Hello and welcome to It's Free IP. I'm your host, Felix Chaplin, and I want to start this video with a word from our sponsor, Cramel Milk.
After this, would you buy me a glass of Cramel milk?
No!
I only go for a man who drinks Cramel.
Turns out that Cramel Milk went out of business in the 80s. But you know who hasn't gone out of business? Tommy Grenlund, the real sponsor of this video. Tommy Grenlund has requested 3 videos from this channel so far, so thank you very much for your support. If you'd like to request a video topic, go to the Ko-fi link in the description. Thank yous all for your support, and thanks Tommy Grenlund for being such a cool person. Now Felicity's gonna take over from here.
Before the law, there stands a God. A man comes from the country begging admittance to the law. But the God cannot admit him. Can he hope to enter at a later time? That is possible, says the God. The man tries to peer through the entrance. He had been taught that the law should be accessible to every man. Do not attempt to enter without my permission, says the God. I am very powerful, yet I am the least of all the gods. From hall to hall, door after door, each god is more powerful than the last. By the god's permission, the man sits down by the side of the door, and there he waits. For years, he waits. Everything he has, he gives away in the hope of bribing the god, who never fails to say to him, I take what you give me, only so that you will not feel that you have left something undone. Keeping his watch during the long years, the man has learned to know even the fleas in the god's fur collar. And growing childish in old age, he begs the very fleas to persuade the god to change his mind and allow him to enter. His sight is dimmed, but in the darkness he perceives a radiance streaming immortally from the door of the law. And now, before he dies, all his experience condenses into one question, a question he has never asked. He beckons to the god. Says the god, you are insatiable. What is it now? Says the man, every man strives to attain the law. How is it then that in all these years, no one else has ever come here seeking admittance? His hearing has failed, so the god yells into his ear, no one else but you could ever have obtained admittance. No one else could enter this door. This door was intended only for you. And now, I am going to close it.
I received a request to review the movie The Trial from 1962. This is a 2-for-1 free IP deal, because not only was the copyright for this movie never registered with the U.S. Copyright Office, it's also based on a novel of the same name published in 1925 by Franz Kafka. Since the book is also in the public domain, why don't we check it out? What? Almost 8 hours? Oh, hell no. Guess I'm just gonna watch the Thug Notes summary.
What's happening, my well-read ballers? This week we getting red tape up in that ass with The Trial by Franz Kafka.
It's a good thing I watched the Thug Notes video before watching this movie, because I would have been lost by the very weird plot of this story. It's about a guy named Joseph K., who gets told by the police that he's under arrest and investigation, but when he asks what the charges are, they refuse to tell him.
Okay, have it your way, mister. But what do you want to get all dressed up for anyway? You're not going nowhere. You're under arrest.
You're making a formal charge?
Oh, I couldn't do that, mister.
Just exactly what is it I'm charged with?
You'll have to take that up with the inspector. That was the
Proceedings having
inspector
been
who just left.
instituted against you until called for interrogation. You will retire to your
I'm in
room,
my room.
after, huh?
I'm in my room.
He gets told to go to court without adequate notice, and shows up late to his own trial.
I filled this out in your name, and so you won't get lost, I've drawn your little map on the back.
Thanks.
You'll present that immediately on arrival.
When is that?
Immediately.
Tonight?
I hope you won't have too much trouble locating it.
I gotta close the doors after you. Nobody else must come in.
have been there 1 hour and 5 minutes ago. These delays must not occur again. Please step up.
The rest of the movie is about his futile attempts to navigate the legal system when he doesn't even know what he's being charged with. The movie was directed by the legendary Orson Welles. He is perhaps best known for making the movie Citizen Kane in 1941. While many regard Citizen Kane to be one of the greatest movies ever made, Orson Welles himself said, quote, "The trial is the best film I have ever made," end quote. I'm inclined to agree with him. While I agree that Citizen Kane is a good movie, I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest ever made. Franz Kafka's original novel, The Trial, is said to be written with a dreamlike quality.
This tale is told during the story called The Trial. It has been said that the logic of this story is the logic of a dream, of a nightmare.
And Orson Welles' film adaptation does an amazing job of capturing that feeling. There's something about the cinematography of the movie that feels like a dream, or rather a nightmare. I'd compare it to the visuals of German expressionist films like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is also free IP, by the way. Now for my final thoughts. This is a weird movie based on a weird book. The cinematography itself gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I said earlier, the visuals of this movie are very dreamlike, which is apparently what Franz Kafka was going for in his book. I also said that I'd be completely lost trying to follow the plot if I hadn't seen the Thug Notes video before the movie. And I think most of the movie's rewatch value comes from the strange nature of the plot. Granted, I've been fortunate enough to not get arrested without charges or to be on the receiving end of discrimination from law enforcement, so I can't relate to the story that, say, an immigrant who's had to deal with ICE might. Overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. That's all the time we have for today's video. Have you seen the movie The Trial or read the original book? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like this video, share it with the Orson Welles fans in your life, go to the Ko-fi link in the description to support the free IP revolution, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss what comes next from It's Free IP.